Hey, Floyd Fernbeam here. Got a little chance to visit with you because Mother Nature, she threw a wrench into my yard work. Got all my weed whacking done, and then the rains came. The only thing I have left to do is trim a little tree. And I borrowed my uncle's electric chainsaw, and I am not going to use that in the rain. Two things you do not mix are electricity and water. And also dog food and hamburger helper, but that is a story for a different day. Anyhow, my uncle, he learned that the hard way. He used that chainsaw one day, and a big old thunderstorm snuck up on him and soaked him while he was using it, and he got electrocuted. Now, it didn't kill him or nothing, but man, every hair on his head was just boom, it was standing straight out. He looked like an angry porcupine. Even his mullet, the hairs was sticking straight out on his mullet, just straight out. And that was back when the mullet was still in style, like 2 years ago. Anyhow, I got to thinking, how am I going to entertain myself? And when I was thinking of that, it led me to thinking on how did I used to entertain my kids when I had to entertain them. And I remember one thing we'd do very often, we'd give them one of them Where's the Waldo books. And if you've never seen one of these books, very entertaining. And when we had them books, we had them long before we even had kids. My sister-in-law, she dragged us to one of these Scholastic book fairs. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these Scholastic book fairs, but spoiler alert, it ain't a real fair. There ain't no hogs, there ain't no dairy cattle, and worst of all, there ain't no funnel cakes. It's a book fair. There ain't even a book about how to make a funnel cake. Very disappointing. Anyhow, so you get these Where's the Waldo books, and if you ain't never seen one of these books, there's this little fella, his name is the Waldo, and he's dressed, regardless of the season, he's got a winter hat on, and it's a red and white striped hat, and he wear that all the time. If it's summer, real hot, don't matter to him. And then he has the same shirt. He's very stylish. The shirt also red and white stripes there, and he's got like the little round glasses. And the way the book works is you got to find Waldo. He's not a real guy. He's like a little cartoon fella. And they have these big cartoon drawings of crowds at various events, like a hymn sing or a tractor pull or a rattlesnake hunt and something like that. And they hide Waldo in that crowd somewhere. And the object is for the little kid to find Waldo. Well, when the kids are just tiny, you put that book in front of them and say, "No, where's Waldo?" And they'll look and they'll say, "Oh," take a little while. And they'll, "Oh, there he is." And then you don't even need to turn the page when the kids are just little. You just pull the book away and say, "Okay, now where's Waldo?" Oh, there he is. And you're thinking, yeah, in the upper right-hand corner next to the skid steer where he was just a little bit ago. And then when the kids get older, they get really good at finding Waldo. Like you can put that book in front of them and say, "Where's Waldo?" And they'll just a little bit of time, they'll be, boom, there he is. And you go to the next page, "Where's Waldo?" Here he is. And then pretty soon it's automatic. "Where's Waldo?" "There he is." "Where's Waldo?" "There he is." Well, I decided I'm going to turn this up a notch. So I took that book to the library, and I photocopied all the pages in black and white. And then I brought them home, and I said, "Hey, let's play Where's Waldo?" "Okay." And I showed them the black and white picture. And let me tell you, my girl, she's looking at that thing and looking at that thing. It made it a good bit harder to find Waldo without that red and white on there. My son, I put the pictures in front of him, and he'd be like, "Boom, there he is." And I'd be like, "What in the world?" I put the next black and white picture in front of him. Boom, there he is. Huh. And that is exactly how we found out that my son was colorblind. Anyhow, I have rambled on long enough. Even if you ain't into book learning, make sure you spend some quality time with your kids.